So number one of your independent practice today says that packages of 14 sheets of paper cost 84 cents. How much does one sheet of paper cost? So you really have to think about what's the question asking. I'm asking for one single sheet of paper, how much it costs, but 14 come in the package. So if you set your question up, we're trying to figure out the price of one sheet. We know the total is 84 cents and there's 14 in a package. So I'm wanting to split that into 14 different groups to see how much one costs. And if I'm splitting things into groups, I know I'm dividing. So for this one, I'm going to start with an area model. So I'm drawing a box similar to what we would do for multiplying. 14 is what I need groups of. So I'm going to write 14 ones off to the side. Okay. I'm going to split my box. So this would be my whole numbers. This would be my decimals. Well, 0 is my whole number. So I'm going to write 0 ones. Then I'm going to write 84 hundredths. Remember, we're writing that place value word out so that it helps us later on to really know where we're at. Okay, so here I'm now doing 14 and I want to divide it into 0. Well, if I have 0, I have nothing I can work with. So this 0 is my answer. And there's no remainder or anything because it's still just 0. So we're going to leave this 0 and we're going to move on. Now we're in the 84 hundredths. So this is going to look like 14 dividing it into 84. Well, I don't know my 14 facts, so if you need to do them off to the side, you surely can. I know 1 times 14 is 14. 2 times 14 is 28. 5 times 14 is 70. Okay, 70 is pretty close to 84, so I'm going to stop. And I'm going to do 5 times 14 is 70. So I'm going to subtract 70, and that would put a 5 off to my side. When I subtract 4 minus 0 is 4. 8 minus 7 is 1. It left me with 14. So now 70 is too big. 28 is too big. So now I'm down to 14. 14 and 14, that'll work perfectly. So I'm going to subtract 14, leaving me with 0, and that is a 1. So now I'll take this 5 and 1. I'm going to add them together. So it went in 6 times. So I wrote 6 and I circled it. So now when I go for my answer, 0 ones, so I'd put a 0 and a decimal always comes after my ones place. 6 hundredths. So I'm really looking to this hundredths place. Well, I know the first one after the decimal is the tenths. That's not what I'm looking for, so I'm adding a 0. Tenths, then hundredths. So I would put a 6. So these cost 6 cents per sheet.